Beautiful message for Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. Slay. My little 7-year-old daughter answering a philosophical question for schoolwork. Read and reflect. Read the article ready, set, fail. Then read and think about the quotation below. Answer the questions. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. I've failed over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan, born 1963. 1. In your own words, what do you think Michael Jordan means? I think Michael Jordan means a name, because Michael is a name. I have felt uncomfortable before. But we were just passed by a slow moving hearse and funeral cars. My son is dressed as the Grim Reaper. He ducking waved. A. Who is your hero? Dad. B. Why do you consider this person your hero? He is brave. C. Is there anything your hero is frightened of? Mom. When your son tries to tell you a wireless charger did this while it's charging. This is obviously a train conductor blowing a whistle. The conductor blew a special whistle to thank him. For you. 1. I like you. 2. I love you. 3. You are best. 4. You are worry beautiful. 5. Your eyes are so big. Draw a plant cell and identify its most important parts. No windows. Iron bars. When you ask a first grade class to write letters to people in a nursing home, time's almost up. Imagine that you can meet the big bad wolf. What questions would you ask him about Little Red Riding Hood and the 3 Little Pigs? Use a different beginning word for each question you write. 1. How can you blow so hard? 2. Did you blow down the straw house? 3. Can you blow me? Apparently my kid doesn't know how to spell pennies. I smell pens. Bro almost recreated a certain event from 2001. Night 11. Edit. You only live once. Thank you for the likes. Mr. Bombastic or Awesome Bin Laden. Edit. Thank you for the likes. My nieces aren't the brightest. I was babysitting them once, and they were making yo mama jokes at each other. Keep in mind they have the same mom. When I was 6, I used to think that your car could read your mind and would signal your turn for you. It took me until 9 to realize that you have to flick a stalk to use the turn signal. I read Treasure Island and asked my older sister what scurvy was, and she lied and said it's when pirates and sailors spend too long at sea with no women and become gay. I didn't question it because I was like 10 and apparently dumb as shit. Then we were watching a TV show about the colonies and how scurvy was rampant and killing people. I was really confused at how scurvy could kill and even more confused when my mom said oranges prevent scurvy. Second grader Blake came up with more than $400 to buy a new sign by using savings from birthday and Christmas gifts and helping out at his dad's auto body shop. Details plus video. Student empties savings to buy new pedestrian sign at school. Called my boys down for dinner and they showed up like this. I'm a nanny and I was sitting for these 2 kids, 3 and 5 years old, at their house. The parents ordered DoorDash or something like that before I arrived and scheduled it for later in the day. They told me what each kid ordered, so I gave it to them, and the younger kid was absolutely inconsolable. He was full on sobbing because he couldn't sit in front of the chicken nuggets. When I asked what was wrong, he ordered the burger. What was he upset about? He cried, "No, I didn't. I got chicken nuggets. I don't want a burger." I tried to reassure him that he may have forgotten, but he did order this earlier. His mom wouldn't have specifically ordered something he didn't want, but he kept repeating what he said before. The other kid was happy and eating his chicken nuggets, not caring at all that his brother is an absolute shambles. They also got a new puppy who was eating various toys of theirs they left around the house, so I hurried to save something in the middle of his tears. When I came back, he had taken the burger bun off and was happily snacking on the toppings. I told the parents yeah he was super upset about it, but then was suddenly fine. Not sure what happened exactly. Figured they could use a laugh. Need a math nerd to solve the following problem. I make my son a peanut butter sandwich. Rectangle, no crust, let's say 5 inches by 4 inches. I cut it diagonally into 2 triangles. However, he wants squares. If he weighs 55 pounds, how much force is needed to launch him into the sun? Reasons my toddler cried tonight included: he wanted me to cut his toast, and so I did, and then he lost all semblance of composure because I did not realize I was supposed to cut just the toast, not the jam. Easy mistake to make. I made one today too. Mine asked for a strawberry yogurt, so I gave him a strawberry yogurt, but the yogurt I gave him was strawberry. I hope we have both learned from our mistakes. A little girl wrote to LA County officials asking for permission to keep a unicorn in her backyard if she could find one. Animal control agreed, granting her their very first unicorn license. Dear LA County, I would like your approval if I can have a unicorn in my backyard. If I can find one, please send me a letter in response. Madeline. Once after a party, I didn't want to eat breakfast, so I yelled, "I ate yesterday." I didn't know your body digests foods even when you're sleeping. I'm not kidding. My 4-year-old just said, "Daddy, why do people make up things that their children have said for social media? Isn't it just inherently dishonest and indicative of an inability to construct a compelling narrative themselves?" My 5-year-old nephew. "Why is the sky blue?" Me. I can't have this conversation again. What scares you the most? Werewolves. Paul. What scares you the most? Sharks. Nina. What scares you the most? The unstoppable marching of time that is slowly guiding us all towards an inevitable doubt. Dylan. What scares you the most? Dylan. Catherine. When you're listening to one kid explain why the other kid is crying. Rolls eyes judgingly. I bought my son a book about bats, and halfway through it he shouted out, "What? Bats are real." All this time he thought they were made up for Halloween like ghosts and witches. Truly wonderful the mind of a child is. Peanut allergy. Gluten-free only. No GMOs. No high fructose. No milk products. Kids today are catties. Back in my day, kids with food allergies just died. We will make a better world for our children. We will make a better world for our children. Docu entitled Brats. Kids, not happening. My kids better be funny cause I'm not spending 18 years fake laughing in my own house. In 1920, we took children out of the coal mines. In 2020, the most popular video game on the market is Minecraft. The children yearn for the mines. Had lunch with my son at school for his birthday. He can pick 2 kids to sit with him, and one I had never met. I asked afterward who he was, and he said, "Oh, I don't really know him." But no one had picked him for birthday or lunch before, and just overall, kids are better than we are. Watched a kid in line ahead of me at the store get rung up, and the cashier said, "Your total is 18.41. And without missing a beat the kid said, "The year I was born." And the cashier stopped and was like, "I'm sorry." 10-year-olds on their way to roast someone by saying, "Who asked? And who cares?" Dear soldier, thanks for nothing. My dad is a soldier and my mom says he's a lazy piece of shit. So I assume you are too. Go duck yourself. Nobody likes you. Sincerely, Brian. Kids be so random sometimes. Everyone has "I wonder what would happen if" thoughts, but toddlers actually do the shit. I respect that. Not having kids because you don't like kids. You guys always act like you're better than me. Not having kids because you can't afford it. Not having kids because you like traveling. Not having kids because of the climate crisis. The face you make trying not to laugh when the annoying child running in the restaurant falls and hits his head. Teacher, this subject is easy. You learned it in the 5th grade. Me in 5th grade. He walked 3 miles to the woman's house and returned the money. Imagine that you lived at the same time as Abraham Lincoln. What would you say to him or ask him? I'd tell him not to go to a play era. Kids TV when candy exists. Die. Potato. Die. What parents see, what 8-year-old me sees. 7-year-olds. This is where I'd put my skibbity toilet memes, if people liked them. Kids then. We are strong. We do things independently, and we have a great community with great humor and memes. Kids now. Mommy, he took my iPad. 13-year-old. I'm not dressing up on Halloween for school, that's so childish. Me. I'm in here for snort laughing. Why did you get put into toddler prison? I played my music so loud that it leaked right out of my earbud. Kids when they find out their mom's name isn't mom. The kid got into the fish tank while you were on a call. Some things just have to wait while you're working. When your kid is doing the most and living his best life while you're distracted. Nobody, absolutely nobody, 10-year-olds who haven't hit puberty yet, so therefore cannot have any sexual feelings. Am I bisexual? Kids these days will never understand. Remember when you would watch a movie in the theater and then you couldn't see it again until it was released on DVD? Pepperidge Farms remembers. Kids these days with their cell phones will never know the satisfaction of strangling someone with a telephone cord. I finally found it. After 15 years. The scroll of truth. Vegetables are actually the greatest foods on earth. Kids, Nien. Happy Mother's Day to the iPad that is raising your children. Parenting. iPad usage definitely should be controlled by parents, as well as the content. iPad. Kids then. I will wake up at 4 AM and go walk miles through feet of snow to get to school. Kids now. Alarm sounds at 7:30 AM. No, I don't wanna get out of bed. Kids today are soft. I died once when I was 5 and my mom told me to walk it off. Me, when my kid asks for candy and I say no, then asks my wife and gets the same answer. Not a cell phone in sight. Just people living in the moment. That one kid who reminded the teacher for homework. Me. An actual good roast. Your mom. 4th graders. 7-year-old. It's under there. Me. Underwear. 7-year-old. Ha. You said underwear. Me. Listen here, you little shut. So after crunching the numbers, with the allowance you give me against the work I do around here, I'm getting screwed. Me. Very young kids either step on all the cracks of the sidewalk or not step on a single one. Change my mind. Teacher, no phones in class. Kids at the back. What a fantastic comedy reference I've made. If these kids knew what I was talking about. Trade offer. I receive. iPad. You receive. Peace and quiet. Toddler. 11-year-olds after hearing the word cockpit. It has a word that is similar to a man's private part. Norfolk Southern D-bed classification yard. 3rd graders. Humor switch activated. The public when a parent lightly taps their child on the arm for throwing stones at birds. The public when a child brutally bruises and scars the parent for telling them off. Kids now. No, my Wi-Fi is down. I will never survive without my entertainment system. What will I do? Me whose entertainment system was climbing into a 55-gallon barrel and rolling down a hill. Kids then. I can survive almost anything even though I'm weak. Kids now. Mom, you must ground him, because I started it. They stole all the songs from TikTok. 9-year-old me making potions in the shower. Mom, I'm once again asking where is our shampoo. Being able to cook or change a tire. Getting 7 likes on a meme. Kids these days. The time a 10-year-old boy spends each day. Streaming on Twitch. Talking on Discord. Watching YouTube. Popping a poppet. Browsing TikTok. Doing homework. Playing Fortnite. Fortnite kids when they click on a free V-Bucks link, but all they got was their mom yelling at them. Kid, mom, can we have a tattoo? Mom, no, we have tattoo at home. Tattoo at home. No one. Kids YouTube channels be like, oh my god. Among Us imposter at 3 AM unboxing surprise. Scary. Unicorn Spider-Man and Elsa. Learn colors and shapes with cars and trucks. Surprise. The face you make when you get called a name by a kid and they trip 20 yards away from you. Kids in 1850. Wars, fighting and more wars. Kids now. Mommy, I need help opening my door. Kids in a group project. Disappears at the beginning and comes back at the very end. Has no idea what going on the whole time. Says he gonna help but he's not. Does 99% of the work. What my mom thinks I look up. Google. Bad stuff. What I actually look up. Google. Can you eat cooked peep? The kids at school when you open a bag of chips. Hey, can I have some? Dad, did you ever yell at your mom? Once, when I was 12. So, what happened? I don't know, son. I was 16 when I woke up. What kids call metal nowadays? Actual metal. Any band with androgynous emo kids that can't play guitar. Linkin Park. Screamo. Refer to Green Slice. Winnie pop punk music. 12-year-olds. Hard to swallow pills. Watching an edit of All Quiet on the Western Front doesn't make you a war veteran. I finally found it. After 15 years. The scroll of truth. Grammar is the difference between knowing your shut and knowing your shut. Kids these days. Nien. Wanna be mafia kid. I grew up in tough areas. The tough areas. Teacher, no food. Kids in the front. Kids in the back. When spent all your money on gifts, and your kids play with boxes and bubbles wrap. When I was growing, we had Wonder Woman. Kids these days have, I wonder if that's a woman. When I was a kid, you changed your pants after school to play outside. We wore the new ones to school, and old ripped ones outside. Kids today buy pro-ripped pants. How do they tell their pants apart? Kid insults then. No more saying cuss words, guys. I gotta tell my school about this, or else you will go to hell. Kid insults now. How dare you insult Lanky Box? Your content is bad. You're a bad user. 6-year-old me watching TV with my parents, trying not to move a muscle, because it is 20 minutes past my bedtime. Teacher, can somebody pull the projector down? The tall kid. Now this looks like a job for me. When there are tons of empty seats in the bus, but he sits next to you. Scammer, I squidnapped your kid. Give me $10 million, or you will never see your kid again. 7-year-old me. Confused screaming. The cool kid showing off his MP3. Calm. The rich kid showing off his MP4. Calm. The quiet kid showing off his MP5. Panic. 7-year-old me getting a math problem with my name in it. I see no god up here, other than me. Me in school just chilling. That one annoying kid. Virus enters my body. Vitamin gum as I ate as a kid. Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary. Random kid, what's that L-shaped iron rod that's in your backpack? Quiet kid, it's a surprise tool that will help us later. Random guy, does anything. That one kid in class, tigered. Today my 5-year-old laughed at this painting in the middle of a museum for like 6 minutes. When the bratty little kid who won't listen to his parents trips and falls and starts crying. Me. Do it again. If I did this when I was a kid, the next photo would have been an X-ray. Me not studying, but also being aware that every second I spend doing nothing is increasing the probability of my failure, but still not being bothered to study but still panicking. Kids at school. How are you not dead? Weird kid mixing food together and eating it. I have no idea. This is me at 5 when someone told me that seed I accidentally swallowed was going to grow inside of me. Missing. Have you seen these people? Descriptions: ambitious young adults with shovels during a snowstorm who are looking to make money by shoveling sidewalks, driveways, etc. Last seen sometime before the invention of Microsoft's Xbox, Sony's PlayStation, and Nintendo's Wii home video consoles. Ambitious young adults. Let's see. Johnny wants a skateboard. Susan wants earbuds. Sheesh. I miss the 1980s when kids asked for grenades or flamethrowers. Me. Bacon. My kids watching Peppa Pig. When a toxic kid loses in Call of Duty, saying every curse word in the English language. If you're feeling lazy, just know that my mom just asked my brother to vacuum his room, but he YouTubed a vacuum sound and laid in bed instead. Yeah, this is big brain time. Defend your answer. Answer. Sarge. I don't know how much longer we can hold them. Give this kid a medal. TikTok kids. iPad kids. Being cringy. Popular kids. I drop an F-bomb once every 3 seconds. Obedient mama's kids. No, don't say that. It's ACUS. Kids after they receive a big allowance for finishing the chores. What little kids think being a 10-year-old is like. What being a 10-year-old is really like.